Assalamu alaikum, everyone. We are here on this day. Today is, of course, the 29th. So we're a little bit early, but we're here, alhamdulillah, for the pre-World Hijab Day Conference 2025. My name is Shireen Mahmood. I'm one of the World Hijab Day ambassadors. We've got the amazing Ashley with us. We've got the amazing Hamda with us, and we've also got Sister Kanza with us as well. So a massive assalamu alaikum to you three and to everyone who is joining in live and tuning in with all of us. So, Alhamdulillah. I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves a little bit shortly. We are live across all our platforms. Please do take this opportunity to give us a follow, a like, a share, subscribe everywhere that we can think of. We are there. TikTok, Twitter, no, X.com even, and YouTube, and all the wonderful social media platforms that we can use in a positive way, of course, for World Hijab Day. So, if I can get Ashley to introduce herself a little bit quickly.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm Ashley Pearson Khan. You might recognize me. I've hosted the past few Fridays. We've been counting down to World Hijab Day. I am currently in Canada, and I'm super excited that World Hijab Day is only just a couple of days away now, because we've been counting down since like 50 days away, so it's exciting.
Absolutely. Sister Hamda, introduce yourself as well, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Thanks everyone for having me. This is my first sort of pre-conference World Hijab Day, so I'm looking so forward to it. I'm from the UK, as you probably see from my accent. I'm a marketer by trade, facilitator, youth engagement ambassador, if you will. So I'm super proud to be amongst you all.
Oh, amazing, amazing. And we have Sister Kanza as well. Please do introduce yourself.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. So my name is Fansa, and I'm joining in from Qatar. I am a data scientist and a researcher specializing in the area of internet addiction and screen time behavior. I have also written a children's book on the topic, and I am very passionate about helping Muslim women find their potential and become the leaders they are meant to be for the Ummah. And I am so excited to be here uh, and looking forward to the World Hijab Day as well. It is my first time here, just like Sister Hamda. So, yeah, that's mine.
So, welcome, welcome, of course, and thank you so much for joining us. You guys are amazing, and we have so much that we want to put out there and do with World Hijab Day, especially for our sisters who choose to wear hijab and go through discrimination or go through, the troubles and worries that we do. But Alhamdulillah, like Ashley said, she's an experienced campaigner, a regular face for World Hijab Day. You might have seen me a little bit on World Hijab Day as well. So, Alhamdulillah, once again, my name's Shireen Mahmood, and a little bit about myself would be I joined World Hijab Day a good few years ago, and I've absolutely been an advocate and a keen supporter since then. I think it's hugely, hugely important for us as Muslims to support initiatives like this that, of course, stand up for our right to wear hijab. And of course, this is for not just for Muslims. This platform has been created to create an understanding about what hijab means, what you know what discrimination we can face, and especially in the current climate of the constant rise. I think it shocks me every time that we speak about hijabophobia or Islamophobia, that it's a constant rise in Islamophobia. So right now, we do turn our eyes and hearts and prayers towards all the injustices around the world, including Gaza, including Sudan, including Congo, and so many other places around the world. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for our brothers and sisters. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us to be of some alleviation of the troubles and tribulations that they face and that our sisters face as well. So, with those important things out of the way, we can tell you some amazing things about this year's theme. And Ashley, I'm gonna ask you, what do you think about this year's theme?
I think it's great. So this year's theme is hashtag hijabis on silence. And I think it's so important because a lot of times And I've even seen comments online where, hijabis are speaking up and they're speaking out about, a variety of topics and things. And people are like, oh, like you're a Muslim woman, you should be quiet, you shouldn't be speaking, you shouldn't be online, all these things. And people see us as oppressed so much and everything. And so now, we're talking about how we're taking back our time to speak. Like, this is our time to stand up and speak. And the thing that we do here at the World Hijab Day organization is advocate for people's rights to wear hijab, right? And I think it's important that people hear our voices and understand why we're wearing our hijab, whether they're Muslim or not. There are some Muslims who are, they say, well, if you live in the West, you don't have to wear hijab, right? But we are just trying to educate everyone that we possibly can, right? It's really important.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Sister Hamda, I mean, you you're such a youth activist, and there's so much that I've seen you do over the years, being a vocal person in so many of the causes that are important to us as Muslims, and of course, you're a visibly Muslim woman. How has that affected your journey, and has it given you actually more motivation, or has it held you back in any way?
Of course, in any space that a Muslim woman is in, you are always constantly aware of the fact that you are presented as the other by society. And in every space that I have been in, it's very visible that I'm the only Black Muslim hijabi in that space. But I think it gives me even more courage to be a voice for the causes that I'm there to represent, but also just to showcase how versatile, how adept, and how intelligent Muslim women are. And we're not held back by the fact that we obey Allah's command to wear hijab, or if someone is not on the journey to wear hijab, it doesn't make them less of a Muslim. And I think it's the idea of, like, when I'm in those spaces, it's daunting but also liberating, because I don't have to really present or excuse my appearance. My appearance is for the sake of Allah, and it's not for the judgment of society, if you will. So I find it liberating to wear the hijab, and to sort of really advocate. And it's a conversation starter, because you get to wear colorful hijabs, you get to showcase your personality in different ways. So I think it's beautiful.
For sure, for sure. SubhanAllah, so many cute little messages there for our sisters. And it's important for us to stick together, stand together, and show this sisterhood. And one of my favorite things definitely is that this piece of cloth that we wear, despite the almost attacks from the media and from the sort of haters, the reality is the people who understand that I am of the Muslim faith, and it sends that message out, and it makes me part of the ummah, and it makes me a proud Muslim woman in actual fact, to wear this. And I think it was Sheikha Tamara Gray who once, many years ago, at a World Hijab Day event here in the UK, actually said something, and I've held it so dear to me since then. And she said that we are the only believers that are recognized without moving our lips. So our hijab actually says La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah for us. So we champion this. We champion our faith by wearing the faith and by wearing the hijab. So subhanallah, subhanallah. Right. So we also, of course, have Sister Kanza. Let me give you an opportunity to tell us, how do you feel being part of World Hijab Day this year?
I am really excited. I mean, as you can see, I wear the niqab and I cover myself fully, and I have been doing this for a couple of years now, right? And actually, the journey of wearing the hijab and being a covered woman has liberated me in many ways, over the years. And I really hold this whole, we say it's a piece of clothing, but it's actually protected me. It's allowed me to be myself, because I was in my younger years trying to fit into places where I didn't belong. And because I stood out and I was meant to stand out, like, I felt like having this identity, this clothing, it just protected me and allowed me to be who I am supposed to be. And I think that it takes a lot of courage to wear that. And a lot of times, because you've heard all of these judgments and comments over the years from a lot of people, it becomes part of your own voice, and so you need to filter that out, because really, you're doing this for Allah, right? And that submission, that surrendering should actually liberate us from all of these voices in our heads. And so I feel really grateful to be part of this, this campaign. And also, like, it is a journey, right? For everyone, it's a journey. And being a Muslim means always trying to improve every single day. And that is even with our hijab journey, right? So there are people who might be yearning to cover a bit more, wear a headscarf, so they're all at different levels. And in the end, again, it's a journey. And, like, I'm so excited to share what I've learned over the years, and really hear, and make it easy in any capacity that I can for people who want to wear the hijab and the niqab and all of that, inshallah.
For sure, absolutely. And you know what? Again, once again, welcome to our new team members. And not even team, I would say family, right? Ashley, what do you think? I'd say family.
Yes. Yes.
We're a family here at World Hijab Day, and it is all about sisterhood. We, of course, do welcome our brothers' allyships and anybody who wants to support. Without, the brothers, perhaps, that's the other half of society that we work with, that we have respect for, and that we learn from, and that we need our brothers as well. So please, I know so many people from all around the world who follow and support World Hijab Day. Please do keep in touch with us. Tag us in your stories. Tag us in, the events that will be happening around World Hijab Day, which is what I'm so excited about as well. All over the world. I think, Ashley, how many countries is it that World Hijab Day has touched?
I do believe it's 150 countries that are
Wow.
involved. Yes.
Wow. See, I didn't even know there was 150 countries. Like, look at that. That's amazing. That's pretty amazing. So we, of course, take this opportunity to shout out our founder as well, Sister Nazma Khan, who set this up. Off the back of the bullying and the harassment that she had faced when she joined school, I think high school, I believe. And she faced a lot of discrimination because she chose to wear the hijab. And, you can check that out and the whole story behind World Hijab Day on our website, of course, worldhijabday.com. She's always, diligently working in the background, sorting out so much for World Hijab Day. And we want to do so much for our sisters across the world. We want to work on programs, we want to work on workshops. We, of course, are here. World Hijab Day is a not for profit organization, and a lot of the efforts that go into this are voluntary. So, we are this year, you can see at the bottom there's a ticker rolling round and it says Stand With Us, and it takes you to launchgood.com, who are awesome and are supporting World Hijab Day this year by sharing a platform with us, and you are able to donate to all of the work that is done by World Hijab Day, from the research, from the reporting of statistics, how the world is being affected by hijabophobia, how women who choose to cover are being affected by discrimination. We are always looking for people to support us. So this is a humble opportunity, a blessed opportunity for you also to share in the rewards of everything that Nazma and the team and the board of directors and the volunteers and all the ambassadors have, put together. And it's always the case, isn't it? Right, sisters, that we start small, we grow. If the intentions are pure, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ultimately gives us all the barakah and the success. And at this point, we are just asking for your support, a little financial donation that will help us support others. Um, there's so many things that we want to do, right, Ashley?
Yes. And there, when you go to that link, there's actually some photos of our founder, Nazma Khan, doing a workshop back in September of 2024 to combat bullying, because Muslim students in the USA face a bullying rate that is 3 times higher than the national average, 3 times higher.
Wow.
So there's actual photos of her visiting places and doing workshops. And so that's what that money is going towards. So yes, it's very important. And there's already work being done, but we can use as much support as you guys can give to us. We appreciate it. It helps so much.
For sure. And it's not as easy to fundraise for initiatives like this because sometimes people can't actually see or understand the situations that our sisters can sometimes face. But reality is if I share an incident that happened a few years back here in the UK, it was I believe a Somali sister who chooses to also, I think she was a Niqabi sister in actual fact in Leicester, and she was dropping her children to school one day, and in the morning, when she's returning back to her car, a car actually ran her over. And not just, the attack wasn't once, it was, he went back around for a second time. Subhanallah. And the reality is these incidents aren't, it's not just one incident. These incidents happen where pregnant women are attacked for wearing a hijab or being visibly Muslim. Another incident that actually happened last year here in London on the 1st of February on World Hijab Day. Two sisters who wore hijab were crossing the road, and again, the man lost control or, on purpose tried to attack the two sisters. So this is the reality that we face, and we do need to come together and support our sisters. And that's why we're here to create an understanding that actually, although we wear the hijab, it's no different to someone who doesn't wear the hijab. It's no less talented an individual. It's no less, of a mother, of a family member, or a teacher, or a scientist, or a doctor, or a research, an artist, anything. Hijabis are so many different things. So yes, basically that's what I would want to say. Is there any Hamda, do you think you could share maybe one of your favorite things about being vocal about causes that are important to all of us?
I think my favorite thing, it's so difficult to pinpoint something specific about being an advocate for specific injustices around the world, whether it's here in the UK, in Europe, or even just globally, and even causes dear to our hearts that are affecting Muslims and even just non-Muslims in general. I think for me, it is, if I had to pinpoint one thing, it's the humanness, the humanity that you find in the spaces, whether it is with Muslims or non-Muslims who are advocating for Palestine or advocating for Congo, Kashmir, wherever injustice happens. It's that collective understanding that we're there trying to dismantle a system that is detrimental to the livelihoods of people across the globe, if you will. It goes to show, like, if something is happening abroad, it's most definitely going to happen on your doorstep. And I think for me, it's so beautiful to see fellow sisters who are Muslim getting involved in these particular movements, activist spaces, because there aren't enough of us who are visibly there. We do a lot of private da'wah, we do a lot of private activism in our own friendships groups, in our own families, in our own community and masajids. But I think what we need to see, and we're starting to see, is a lot more visibly Muslim women on the news, in Parliament, in like Congress, wherever it is, really standing up and advocating on a global stage that injustice isn't and should not happen. And it's something that I find so beautiful, is that Islam is about rooting out and stamping out injustices all over the world. But yeah, I think that's my one favorite thing, is the humanity that comes out in all our spaces.
Absolutely, and isn't that what it's about? It's the shared humanity. Without or with the hijab, we still want the best for our children. We want the best for our communities. We want the best for, this short life that we have in this dunya. So, may Allah make it easy for us to get this message across to our supporters, and for our supporters to actually also support us in the way that they talk to their friends, their work colleagues, their workplaces, and take that message out to the masses. So I'm so excited for the World Hijab Day conference. Of course, every year we hold, this huge digital conference, and it's globally accessible. So anyone who is free, and this time it's on Saturday. So hopefully everyone, will be able to tune in. And there's various times. I think I'm going to press the show button. I don't know what this will do to the screen, but
I
let's.
accidentally pushed it earlier and it brought it up on screen.
Oh, amazing, amazing. So everyone can just take a look. There's all the information. We've got the amazing Join World Hijab Day Global Virtual Conference 2025. All the details are there. Ashley, what's your favorite thing about this year's topics? Which one are you looking forward to?
Well, I'm hosting the second one, the impact of Islamophobia on hijabi women. But I always enjoy personal stories. So I think topic 3, from silence to strength, personal stories of overcoming adversity, will be really, really interesting as well. Ooh, faith and feminism. And then hijabis on the front lines of humanitarian efforts. They're all so good. I don't know how you would choose.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Hamda, what about you? Is there anything in particular you're looking forward to this time?
I'm just looking forward to the experience of it all. I'm looking forward. I love how accessible it is as well, because I think that's one thing that we always lack in our spaces is accessibility. So I think that's one thing I'm truly looking forward to, and also just the chit chat, just talking to other sisters, getting to know their experiences, and really understanding what makes them tick and how being a hijabi woman just sort of elevates their work, if you will. But yeah, like Ashley, it's just the human stories I want to really get into.
And it is this year's hashtag and campaign is all about hashtag hijabis and silence. So it's all about giving a voice and amplifying those real stories of our sisters. I think we have, of course, finally, Sister Kanza, what are you looking forward to the most in this year's conference?
I think like Hamda, I'm looking forward to the experience as well because it's my first time. But also, like, most of the times we feel really alone in the problems that we face. So I am really curious about, what it is that the challenges that people are facing when it comes to wearing the hijab and the stories of how people navigate their challenges. So that's something I'm really looking forward to, inshallah.
Amazing, amazing. Ashley, what do you reckon? Where should we go with this quick conversation? I suppose we've all got a little bit of time, just to have a chit chat. Really, how's it all going with everyone?
I think good here, alhamdulillah.
Is it snowing where you are?
I was gonna say, so I think it snows almost every day, even if it's just very light. And last night, it snowed so much. My husband had to go out and use we have a snow blower, alhamdulillah, because that's how crazy it gets. And we have a long driveway. And so we woke up this morning and it's still just it's covered. But we have been getting a little bit of sunshine, which I'm really excited about. So I hope that Saturday morning when I wake up and get ready for World Hijab Day, it'll be nice and sunny outside as well and just, be a really good day. Good weather.
Ready to go. Ready to go, inshallah, inshallah. What about you, Sister Hamda?
I mean, we're in the same city, but it feels like complete different, like globes, if you will. I came back from Umrah just recently, so
Oh,
I came
Umrah
back from like
Mubarak.
34 degrees to 2 degrees. So
Oh my gosh, crazy, crazy. Subhanallah. How was Umrah for you?
experience something
Alhamdulillah.
that about Muslims and just like hijabis. I saw so many beautiful sisters in various types of hijab, in like just the expressions of how everyone wears hijab differently across the globe. Like I could tell some were from a certain region because they wore their hijab differently to like another region. So for me, it was a beautiful, beautiful experience. Of course, I made so much dua for the team, the family, and like the success of the conference. But yeah, it's for me. I'm just like my body's getting used to the cold.
Oh, bless. Oh, bless. What about you, Sister Hans? Did you say you're in Qatar right now?
Yeah, I am in Qatar. I mean, it's not as cold as you guys, but it's still cold for like this time of the year. So there's that. But it's also like kind of later in the night here. So it's kind of like the time where I, slowly start um, winding down, let's say. It's 9:30. It's 9:30 p.m. here. So, and I normally have early morning start. So yeah, like I'm just looking forward to crash as soon as I'm done.
Oh, bless. What about actually? What time is it where you are? Is it really early or
It's only 1:30 p.m., but my
oh
daughter was up
yawning?
all night. I think I got to go to bed at 7 a.m. this morning.
Oh gosh, wow.
So I'm just a little tired. I just yawned. I've been trying not
I
to yawn.
know. I was like, I thought maybe it's like early morning, and that's why you feel
I went
bless.
to bed early in the morning.
The joys of motherhood, right? The joys of
When you
motherhood.
have a toddler who's almost 2 and the molars are still trying to come in a little bit, and it's just like so much going on.
Oh, amazing, amazing. I'm glad mine are a little bit older now, so I don't have to worry about that. So Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. But I'm so excited. I can't believe it's already that time. It's 1st of February, and I am sure, no doubt, that you will be seeing World Hijab Day featured, on various media platforms, inshallah, in the right way. We have to, I suppose, mention as well, not only do, normally our sisters who choose to cover, whether it's hijab or the niqab, yes, they face discrimination. But even here at World Hijab Day, we face discrimination, right? So we've got anti World Hijab Dayers, unfortunately, who can often campaign against us. But our voices are loud and proud and positive. We're here, of course, to share a message of peace, love, and understanding for all, and justice for all. We do stand for everyone's human rights, and that choice to wear hijab, I think, should be given to everybody. There should be no force on either side of the hijab, even. So any of the, like, for me, I think the biggest thing that comes out of World Hijab Day is it gives people the opportunity to ask, what is hijab? Who are you guys? Who are you people that wear the hijab, and why and where, and what, and all of these questions. So inshallah, we hope we can dispel some of these misconceptions, and we can bust some myths almost about the hijab. And I have to mention, the biggest misconception there is that everybody likes to tell us, hijabi women, is that you're oppressed. So I think just before we leave everyone, I think we have to, give our comments on that, or give our response to that. So I'm going to ask you first, Ashley. Are
Mhm.
you oppressed?
No, I'm not. I think people will come to my Instagram page and my social media and even try to say that, and I'm like, do I even look like I'm oppressed? Do you think I would be able to even come on the internet and post if I was oppressed? And I would say that I'm proud to wear my hijab. And I mean, look at what we're doing Saturday. We're having this conference and we're talking about these things. We're not oppressed. I'm not oppressed.
Oh, bless. Thank you. So let's put that down, recorded and commented by Ashley. So, Hamda, are you oppressed?
Personally, no, I'm not. Like I said previously, I think it's wearing a hijab is liberating. It's truly freeing, and I think it's amazing that I have the choice. And I can understand the sentiment where people fear that women are not given a choice, but it's also sort of, I guess, hypocritical to take that choice away from them when they're given that choice to sort of be like, oh, you can't wear the hijab. So yeah, most definitely, I think on either side, I think you said Shireen earlier, we need to fight for the fact that women should have the choice to do what they want and wear what they want at the time that they choose. So most definitely not oppressed.
Absolutely. You heard it here, guys. You heard it here. And Sister Kanza, now you're the one on the screen who chooses to wear the niqab. So if there was levels of oppression, I would say I'm pretty sure people think you're the most oppressed on the screen. So please tell us, are you oppressed?
No, I am not oppressed at all. And like I shared my story earlier, right? It has been the most liberating thing that I've ever done for myself. It's liberated me from the advertisements, the consumerism, the going behind the, you know, let's just say material to fit in or to conform to society standards. It has truly liberated me, and even my bank balance for that matter. So truly I'm not oppressed.
Wow. Are we perhaps missing a trick here? Let's have a conversation after this, and let's work out how we can be. I think you said you empower people. We're there for that empowerment. But Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Again, so excited, and you've heard it from all of us that no one here is oppressed. No hijabis were harmed. No niqabis were harmed in the process of the creation of World Hijab Day and this global movement. We're so excited. We're so happy to be sharing so much with you guys, and of course it is another opportunity for you not only to support us with sharing and your stories, your hijab stories, for example, or any. We'd love to hear from you for anything. Even if you faced some discrimination, please do reach out to us. It's a safe space for you to share your positives and your negatives, and in any way we can support, we'd love to. And the more we hear from you, the more we can sort of adapt to what we need to put out there as a message, as a powerful message for our sisters. And of course, I am going to say again, the my favorite topic is of course going to be the humanitarian one, actually. And the reason for that is I'm the frontline humanitarian, and I love being a hijabi humanitarian. I love being out in refugee camps, in disaster zones. If there's an earthquake, you'll probably see me on the side of a mountain somewhere. And the reason I love it is because as a Muslim woman, as a woman who wears hijab, I'm recognized by these people as a Muslim woman. And so many times, unfortunately, more often than not, we're in refugee camps where everyone is Muslim. These things are happening in Syria, they're happening in Yemen, they're happening in Lebanon, they're happening in the Middle East, and to our Muslim brothers and sisters. So I love wearing the hijab and being a humanitarian, and that love that you feel for your brother and sister. As we know, we're supposed to, if one part of our ummah is hurting and in pain, then we also feel this pain, and we should do as much as we can within our capacities. And Alhamdulillah, Allah has blessed me with so many opportunities to be part of the humanitarian front line. So Alhamdulillah, definitely not oppressed here either. I'm there for anyone who, wants to hear more about any humanitarian aid work, or if anybody wants to hear about any of the topics, please do reach out to any one of us. Worldhijabday.com is so easily accessible all over the place. You've got the website worldhijabday.com. You've got the social media platforms. You can find any one of us as well, and also even get involved with us. We are always looking for volunteers. We are always looking for ambassadors, and of course, even financial support. So I am going to share with you right at the bottom of the screen. You'll be able to see, depending on what platform you're joining us from, it's launchgood.com/World Hijab Day 2025. And we've only got a small target, and I really want to reach this target very easily. And I was saying to Sister Nazma, who of course is our founder, that we're going to double this. We are going to double this. Inshallah. So may Allah make it easy. And with your support, we can double this. And Ramadan is on its way as well. So, I'm so excited for Ramadan. I'm so excited to get into that spiritual vibe once again. I think we get so busy, so bogged down with life and, the mundane stuff and work and things like that. This is our time to really focus on the inner and on our, connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So inshallah, really looking forward to that. Who's looking forward to Ramadan?
I am.
Yeah.
My husband keeps asking me when I'm going to decorate.
When are you going to decorate?
We still have time.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, you've got time, but yes, I think the earlier the better.
Yeah.
The earlier
Well,
the better.
I do have to start pretty soon because we're actually going on a trip and we come back March 1st. So we're coming back the night that Ramadan starts, which is absolutely crazy.
You've got to get it done before, absolutely. And in Ramadan, actually, I'll be traveling out to Palestine, inshallah. So I'll be praying for you all from Masjid Al-Aqsa, inshallah. May Allah make it easy for everyone to visit Masjid Al-Aqsa as well. Again, anybody who wants to visit, drop me a message. But honestly humbled and honored to be part of such an amazing global initiative like World Hijab Day. And I'm looking forward to dispelling a lot of the misconceptions. Some of the topics, like Ashley mentioned, we're talking hijab, we're talking feminism. Everybody hates that word, right? So I'm looking forward to that conversation as well. And we've got, the impact of Islamophobia. We get a little bit serious, we get a little bit fun as well. So there's so much you want to be tuning in for, right? So Ashley, do you want to quickly just remind everyone what time and where? Should we go with EST because of course we're global.
Right. So you can join us this Saturday, February 1st from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can watch on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and even LinkedIn. So we'll be live from all those platforms. So no matter where you are, no matter what platform you're on, you'll be able to see it. So, and we've got in our caption on Facebook the different times for different time zones as well, if you want to check that out, or definitely Google it, make sure that you're there. And if you do happen to miss it, of course, it's all going to be recorded and posted after we go live. And I would love for people to share in the comments what segment they're looking forward to the most, what kind of piques their interest based on the title.
Absolutely. Well, what right now?
Well, just whenever they see this, we'll see it.
That's a good idea, to be fair. That is a good idea. What they're looking forward to the most. Or, you know what I was going to say? If you could drop a comment that you've donated and let us know, then we can give you a special shout out, inshallah. So, please do take your time. It doesn't take too much to support a cause. Imagine all of the followers and supporters we had, even if they dropped a few dollars or a few pounds, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala soften our hearts to all the the worthy causes in this dunya, of course, that we want to help with. But of course, our sisters sometimes always are second thoughts, dare I say. So we really need to come together on this. And it means what it looks like these donations go towards supporting, of course, the education of non-Muslims, to create this understanding about why we wear hijab and things like that. So it's so, so important. And it looks like, the opposite of this is if we do not stand up right now, if we do not, loudly and proudly and unapologetically, talk about these type of things. Unfortunately, there's many parts of the world that hijab has been banned, and we don't want that to be coming to our local areas, regions, and communities, countries, wherever we are. We don't want to get to that point where, in the future, our children may not be able to wear hijab, or, we're not given that choice. For example, in places like France, still it's a huge thing. Imagine not being able to wear hijab to school, colleges, or universities, or if you're a hijabi, you're not allowed to go pick up your children in France because you wear the hijab. So it's such a crazy thing that in this day in society, in this world right now, where so much liberalism is pushed for everyone except for Muslim women. So it's definitely a worthy cause. Anyone who donates towards an education or a cause like this is of course a sadqa jariyah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless everyone's generosity, and please do reach out to us if you're interested in fundraising with us or joining our projects as well. Guys, I'm going to let you talk. I think I've spoken so much over this this thing. I think I'm going to let you all turn by turn just finish off with your final messages. Who's up first?
Oh, okay. I'll go first. Is that silence? Like, who's doing it? Who's doing it? I think for me, my final thoughts is, I think I can't say it enough times. I'm like really looking forward to this It isn't the first time that I've heard about World Hijab Day, and I think the first time I did hear about it, I thought it was such a great initiative, because it just gives you a sense of community, that everyone is with you and supporting you. And I think we mentioned it earlier, it's just about that curiosity, about the fact that why we wear it and the importance of what we wear. So I'm looking forward to having conversations with Shireen, because that's the one that I'm going to be moderating. So please do tune in to all the conversations on Saturday.
Absolutely. Shall we say Sister Kanza's next?
Yeah, I can go. I can go next, but yeah, like I'm looking forward to having you all join us, and really, like the final message for me would be like, hijab is a journey, right? It's a journey, and I think like I kind of want to give a shout out, and even for people who are just considering moving one step forward, it is not easy. Just like we all have our challenges, and for some things may be easy, and for some they find it hard, and so just commending people who are even thinking of taking that little step forward, right? So that's kind of my big message, that just always commend the person, to move even a little bit forward and just become that person.
So, absolutely. And Ashley, we're leaving the final words to you, please.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to the conference and chatting with everyone. And of course, I'll be on the back end throughout the day as well. So I'll be listening into all of the other segments as well. And I hope that, everybody will share the links and everything and the timings with friends and family, and hopefully even some non-Muslims as well, because I think it's really important that they also hear these things.
Absolutely. And then again, perfectly put, because it's not just about the Muslims. We don't want to be teaching and preaching and, creating an understanding just for our own communities, but also with our friends, work colleagues, people from other faiths and communities as well. So please do share it with your friends, anyone who may benefit from, hearing about all of these wonderful topics put together by, our team and Nazma Khan as well. So I think my voice is getting dry, so this might be the right time to say thank you so much to everyone who's joined us and tuned in. Thank you to everyone who has always supported us. And a special heartfelt thank you to our lovely, lovely moderators who will be joining us and are the backbone, of course, of our conference. So inshallah, inshallah, lots of love, lots of du'as for you all. Please do connect with us, stay in touch with us, and we're really looking forward to hosting you on the 1st of February, as always, every year. Without further ado, I suppose it's a God bless and assalamu alaikum from all of us to all of you.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.